Oh, hello. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Hey, Mr. Churchill comes over here to say we're all doing splendidly, but it's very cold out here in the snow, marching to and from the enemy. Oh, I say it's tough. I have had enough. Can you stop the cavalry? Yeah. For some reason last night in one of my feeds, an old article from Billy Bragg cropped up in the Guardian. Yeah, Billy Bragg, the Guardian, yeah. Anyway, it was on cancel culture, which obviously he's very, very keen on because he's a nasty left-winger. And he was talking about the need to destroy free speech in the UK before bringing in a Trotskyite trans-Marxist government, or maybe not. Well, not, obviously. I thought it was worthwhile just... it's a very good piece, links down below as ever. I thought it was worthwhile just quoting from that, actually, sort of one of the paragraphs. Although free speech remains a fundamental bedrock of our free society for anyone to enjoy the benefits of freedom, liberty needs to be tempered by two further dimensions: equity, equality, and accountability. Without equality, those in power will use their freedom of expression to abuse and marginalise others. You might see where I'm going with this. Without accountability, liberty can mutate into the most dangerous of all freedoms: impunity. Yes, indeed. And I thought what we'd do today is we'd have a brief look at some of those aspects which some of our glorious free speech proponents are into just in the last 24 hours. Some of these are from Twitter and from some newspaper articles. For example, the fact that the BBC have decided to appoint somebody to their board who isn't a Tory, apparently, is really desperately appalling. I mean, how dare they not choose somebody who's not a Tory in the name of impartiality? Go figure that one out. Okay, it's Muriel Gerry, who's quite a renowned broadcaster and journalist. I don't think anyone would realistically have any problems with her background and her potentially suitability for the role, other than the fact that she's not a Tory. Oh, can't have her then. There we go. Yeah, that's impunity, isn't it? Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it just, eh? Yeah, and meanwhile, the government have decided that they're going to appoint a former TSB boss to be the head of the health service. Oh, doesn't mention if he's a Tory. Willing to bet that he is. And yes, he's going to bring an outsider's eye, which is important, isn't it? We need an outsider's eye, someone with a different viewpoint, but not left-wing. That's the wrong different viewpoint. But I don't know. Maybe when you go to hospital next, they'll flog you a mortgage as well. I'm not entirely sure what a banker is going to bring to the NHS. Answers on a postcard, as ever. All right. And what have we got? Excuse me. Sorry about this. Yes, indeed. These are from the GB News Twitter feed, which I found as astonishing as the actual channel. Nigel Fry decided to talk to Gerry Katona. Yeah, I'm going to Iceland. Yeah, I'm drying out in the clinic. Who's famous for losing weight, as far as I can make out. Anyway, she was telling Nigel about schools, giving her in-depth knowledge of schools. Presumably that was bringing an outsider's eye to it, yeah? You can't trust an expert on things like schools. You want somebody with an outsider's eye. You know, somebody that knows about weight loss programs and detoxification and frozen food, don't you? Yeah, thanks for sharing that. And yeah, on a similar vein, he also decided to... oh, no, sorry, it was someone else. No, it was Nigel Fry. Pardon me, it's early in the morning and I'm tired. Yes, as ever, Anne Widdecombe. You may recall, I'm sure you have seen in the media all over, that we can't trust the experts, mustn't listen to Sage, they're all bastards. So we're going to have Anne Widdecombe, who's an expert on... Strictly? Don't really know. Anyway, yes, she said we actively need those who do not like the current trends. Sorry, we actually need those who do not like the current trends to actively start resisting. Pardon me. And I don't know what she means by that. But when someone like her can go on a channel and talk about active resistance, I would start to get slightly worried. Yeah, the wokerati. Don't know. Is that anyone that's younger than you, Anne? Well, sorry, no, we're going to have to recalibrate that for Anne. Is that anyone under 40? The answer's yes, isn't it? Anyway, moving on. Yeah, Nigel gets around quite a lot, and he interviewed Candice Owens, who's another one of those black people that speak on race, but this case in America. I'm not saying she's a fascist, but by God, she doesn't half know a lot. I presume Calvin was busy at church talking about the Great Reset. I imagine they couldn't get hold of him, so they got her. Yeah, from enormously dodgy American organisation Turning Point. And again, I'm not saying Nigel Farage is a fascist, but by God, he didn't half know a number. Anyway, moving on to the real world, one might say. And there was a report in the Daily Mail, which is a trustworthy news organisation, as everyone knows. 1 in 4 NHS staff on COVID's wards developed post-traumatic stress disorder as a direct result of working with patients who suffered from and died of the virus, while more than a third had depression. You may notice it says as well, the University of Oxford study was one of the most comprehensive carried out. Yes, it looks a bit kind of factual, doesn't it? Like experty. Now, we're constantly being told that the NHS is a bit naff and the staff are rubbish. Well, obviously they are if they can't handle a little bit of death in their lives. Maybe they need to start actively resisting, as Anne says. Yeah? Anyway, I'm sure that'll be something that is just completely ignored by all of those important people like Gerry Katona. And yes, indeed, another one. MP shock at living conditions for asylum seekers. This is from yesterday in Scotland. And another thing that people just choose to totally ignore, don't they? Because, it's brown people, and who really cares if they're treated like dirt? They shouldn't be here in the first place. Yeah, that'll stop them, won't it? And finally, and I shouldn't really do this, but I don't have a problem with this particular charity, but I think this is indicative of the whole thing that we get fed, right? A woman she's the founder of Dogs on the Streets, which is a charity that looks after homeless people's dogs, and she's saying about how much dogs help people that are homeless, which is great. However, why don't we have an article on GB News about getting people off the streets? Or the reasons why people are on the streets in the first place? Rather than some sticking aid plaster to give them a dog or something. Yeah? No, they won't talk about the basic economic reasons why people sit in doorways, will we? Yeah, still it's Christmas time, and let's give £5 to a charity that means the dog can be microchipped or something. I don't know. I just do find this stuff dispiriting, and I find it particularly dispiriting that the pious mob will go on media and talk to us about how much Christmas means to them. Not a lot, I would suggest. If the question is what would Jesus do, I would suggest looking at the list of things I've given you today. None of this, apart from maybe the brag. Yes, he is rather good. I do like him. Always zigging when other people are zagging. One of my favourite phrases. Anyway, have a lovely day. If you can, enjoy a nice dinner. I'm going to go to work. Take my sniffs with me. Yeah. Great. No, so much fun sneezing inside a mask. Brilliant. Anyway, have a lovely day.